Hi, is the seed related to the fruit that you get? So, if you sow a mango seed, do you get a mango tree or do you get an orange tree? How is it like? Of course, a mango tree, right? Similarly, if you put chocolate in a cake, once it bakes, you get the flavor of chocolate in it, or you get the flavor of any flavor that's been put in the cake, right? This is the same with relationships. What we have in our childhood impacts us greatly in our adult relationships. Like, for example, if in a childhood a girl is not, appreciated a lot, or she doesn't get her father's love and appreciation, so all her childhood goes in seeking validation from others, in seeking particular validation from her father figure. Then she grows up and she marries into a house where she attracts a partner who could be two things. Either he could be completely opposite to her father, meaning he could be very loving, expressive, very doting on her. So that way she gets attracted. And interestingly, it can be the reverse too. It can be that the person was exactly same or even worse than her father. So I've seen many cases like this. There was an example of a girl who was brought up in a very nice family, very good. And I would not say that the family environment was abusive or anything like that. Good, normal family. And the thing was that the father of the family was not the did not take the role as the head of the family. He was mostly always in debt, and the mother was more powerful, a little more aggressive than the father, and father sort of took a very softer role in the family. So now in relationships, this role, this masculine and feminine role, this yin and yang role, it's very important. So what happened with this girl, when she while she grew up, she saw that this is not the kind of father I want, because my father doesn't take a stand. He doesn't take a stand for me, or he doesn't speak much in front of my mother. I don't want such a father. And guess who she married? She married and attracted a man who doted on her, of course, first, gave her attention, but also took a lot of decisions for her. He controlled her life, and today he is controlling her life. So, what happened was she wanted somebody opposite, and that's how she got, but in a very non balanced way. So, this is how a lot of our relationships matter. It affects. There is also an example of a boy who grew up with her mother, and the mother was very protective. My boy, very protective of her. And he always looked up to her mother for approval. Now, this guy, he had a difficult time maintaining relationships with with his girlfriends when the time came, because he used to always compare every girl to his mother. So we all have this mother wound and this father wound, sometimes either, sometimes both, and if you're very lucky, then you would have no wound at all. But that's quite rare, I would say. A lot of people say, no, I had a lovely childhood. Of course, but there was some part or the other from the childhood that impacted your relationship. Even if you had a very nice home, you still had some perceptions. This is the kind of marriage I have seen growing up. I don't want this marriage, or I want more of this marriage. So our choices are based on that. So this is a very normal setting, happens everywhere. But the problem occurs when you have a rough childhood, when you have certain needs in your childhood that were not met, very basic simple needs. I'm not saying about food, shelter, money. I'm talking about love. I'm talking about touch, which is very important. People ignore this thing, but yes, a child needs to be held, a child needs to be appreciated, and a child needs a toxic free environment while growing up. If they don't get that, then guess what happens? They will attract partners in their life who are toxic, who will bring that thing. Because as we spoke earlier, it is all about what you attract. how the kind of soul family you have, the kind of decisions you took when you were up there. And these childhood wounds are called inner child wounds. There are various inner child wounds like abandonment, rejection, neglect, so on and so forth. And they make us attract relationships. So, supposing if I have an abandonment wound, not only will I attract a partner like that, I might also attract friends who might abandon me. I might attract a boss in the office who might reject my work. So the same wound can manifest into different relationships of mine. So that's why it's so important to heal inner child. Like in my line of work, whenever a client comes, we first tackle the inner child work. It is somewhat deep to solve, but it is the only thing that I feel can get you out of all this and you can have really beautiful relationships once you heal your inner child, because the source has been removed, right? If there is a virus sort of a thing, I would not say that inner child wounds are like virus in us, but then still they hold some negative connotation. And if that bit is removed, then it really becomes very interesting and the relationships become very nice. So keep watching. This is Kitika Nair, and we are watching Relationship Healing Workshop. Please like and share if you like the video. Thank you.